All right, check, check. Ooh, looks like I'm coming in hot. Let's see if this mic picked me up. Can you guys hear me? Welcome to 3D Thursday. Let's see. Let me just check. I got like a 30-second delay before I can check the audio. But if you can hear me, you can give me a thumbs up now. Let's see. And 2 seconds. Golden! Yeah, nailed it on the first try. Love it, love it. All right, so let's see. We got Spring. We got How's It Happening? We got Pat and Michelle in the building. What's up, guys? Long time no see. How's your guys' Christmas? Uh, I've had to change streaming softwares. Last time I went to, or for the last stream, I was on a software where there was zero delay, so I could see chat and respond like that. Um, Terrible company. Don't ever go with EV They are horrible. Long story with them. Anyways, I'm back over on OBS for the time being. So there is about a 30-second delay here. Not that that matters, but just so you guys know, about a 30-second delay from me to you and you back to me. So anyways, how's your guys' Christmas? You guys have a good Christmas? You stay warm? You see your family? Get any cool guns? Anybody get a printer? Huh? Anybody get a printer? Anybody get any filament? Any cool things? Anyways, drop it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. I'm curious. Tonight we will give away at the end of the night. It's the end of the new year. It's a 3D channel, so I thought I'd give away some filament. I have a let's see, right here. Since Prusa is my number 2 favorite printer at the moment, Bamboo being my number 1, I have a original. This could be a like a relic, an original in the box, sealed, brand new, never opened, silver. Let's see, silver PLA. So if you want it, stay tuned till the end, and we will spin the wheel for this bad boy right here. So this is going out. And also, Spring, thank you for the input on the name change. I will get out that Gen 5 trigger housing and the trigger bar shortly, probably at the same time I get out this filament. So I'll do it all at once. So with that being said, we will take a vote here in a little bit. So be prepared, get your voting hands ready. Possibly doing a name change over to Benchies Go Boom. So from 2A All Day transitioning over to Benchies Go Boom. A lot of backstory behind that, but I think it might be a good direction kind of for us to kind of head in with Benchies Go Boom. We're focusing on 3D printed printing stuff and also firearms and things like that. So Benchies Go Boom. I think it'll be good. So if you want, you can drop a yay or nay in the comments below if you like that name. If you don't, if you have any suggestions, you can also let me know. I'm always open for suggestions. But there is, I think we already talked about this. There is another guy. Uh-oh, am I frozen? Oh, I was frozen for a minute. There we go. Oh no, I tried to take everything off of my Wi-Fi, so hopefully it doesn't go choppy anymore. I'll just keep pushing through. So anyways, let me know in the comments. There's another YouTuber out there with the name 2A All Day. So we started our channels roughly about the same time. He literally started like 2 months before me. But nonetheless, I don't want to try to copy anybody or anything like that. So there is no one with Benchies Go Boom. Let me know what you think about that. So a couple things I want to get into. I'm going to try, I know I say this every time, try to make it a quick little show. I do have 2 kids right now, both with fevers, so I do got to get in and try to help with them as much as I can. But I do kind of want to cover a couple of things here, go over some stuff that I found. I'm sure you guys have already heard about the P80 ruling, saying that those are now firearms, I guess, or the blanks. They can't sell the blanks anymore. Like they were selling just the blanks with the no jigs, no parts, that type of thing. So, there is that. And what I have to say about that is, like the right to bear arms, I'm just going to vent for just a couple minutes. And then I'll be done venting and we'll get into some cool things. But nonetheless, the right to bear arms it's a fundamental aspect of American freedom. And I think it's like a cornerstone of our country's founding principles. It's the right to bear arms is protected by the Second Amendment from the United States Constitution, and in this book here, or in this document, it states that the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So that is literally in our founding documents of our country. The right to bear arms, like I said, it's a fundamental aspect, not only of American freedom, but also I think of our individual liberty and self-defense. It allows individuals to kind of protect themselves, their families, their property from harm, and it serves as a deterrent to would-be attackers and criminals. Without the right to bear arms, individuals would be at the mercy of those, who would do them harm, and those people would have no means of defending themselves. Sorry, I can see I'm kind of freezing up right now. I'm just gonna have to kind of bear through it. The stepping aside from this for a second, the other software was like a online based software, so it didn't like tax my computer at all, like the CPU and stuff. Everything was rendered on someone else's server, and back on OBS it's running like it's my computer's processor having to process kind of everything. And so just bear with me, we'll get through this one. There are, of course, some valid concerns about gun violence and the need to regulate firearms to ensure the public safety. However, any attempt to regulate or restrict the right to bear arms, it needs to be carefully balanced, against the fundamental right for our self-defense and our protection of our individual liberty. It's important to find that balance between between public safety and the right to bear arms, and ensure that any regulations on firearms are reasonable and they don't put a burden on our right to bear those arms. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is ultimately the right to bear arms, it's a fundamental aspect of American freedom and a cornerstone of the country's founding principles. It's a right that should be protected. It should be respected. And any attempts to regulate it or restrict it, they got to be balanced. They got to be balanced. We got to be able to still defend ourselves and have that protection of our individual liberty. I'll read the comments here in a second. I'm almost done with my little rant right here. So all of this is kind of leading me into 3D printing and what we're doing with it. So the ability to 3D print guns, it's been kind of a controversial topic since the technology first emerged out on the scene. On one hand, we have those who argue that 3D printed guns, they pose a threat to public safety and should be banned. And on the other hand, we have those that see, the 3D printed guns as a form of personal expression and a way to exercise our Second Amendment rights. So, for example, like, this is a way to express freedom of expression right here in the form of a 3D printed frame. And then same with, I'll go over this one here in a little bit, but this is the FNS that I wanted to kind of show you guys that was on my thumbnail. So, those of us that are in favor of the 3D printed guns, we often, point to the Constitution and the right to bear arms as that fundamental aspect of American freedom. We argue the ability to manufacture these firearms and make these, so not only 3D printed, but also P80s at home. That's a fundamental aspect of the right, of our right. And, any attempt to regulate or ban that, whether it be P80s or 3D printed guns, that's a violation of freedom. So, I think that we also argue that that this technology has the potential to democratize, I guess, the production and distribution of firearms, So in a world where like gun manufacturing is largely controlled by a few companies, the 3D printing technology kind of comes onto the scene, and it allows us to kind of take matters into our own hand and create our own firearms or like remix our own firearms. So I think that it could lead to greater innovation and competition in the whole industry, the whole firearms industry, not just P80s, not just 3D printed stuff. And ultimately, that's going to benefit you and me. That's going to benefit the consumer. So, you know, of course, like I said, there are those valid concerns about the potential risk and consequences of these 3D printed guns. You know, but let's think about it. Like printing a functional 3D printed firearm, it's not like you can just go to Walmart, you buy a printer, and you buy some PLA, and then you go home and you make a gun. Like it's not that simple. You know, there is an art to this. There is a like a knowledge, a finesse that you need. You know, you got to know the parts. You got to know how they function. Proper safety. There's just a ton of stuff in there. So, you know, again, to summarize the Second Amendment, I think it's been kind of a source of a lot of controversy and debate. You know, the exact meaning of the amendment, it's caused a lot of intense legal and political debate on both sides. So, you know, some of the people are arguing that it's an individual right to bear arms, and other people are saying no. You know, it protects a collective right related to militia service. Well, the Supreme Court has ruled, you know, that the Second Amendment protects the individual right to bear arms. Along with that, this is where it's kind of like ATF. Like along with that, it's also held this right so it's not, you know, unlimited, and that it's not essentially reasonable regulation on firearms should be permitted. So like I guess automatic machine guns or weapons of mass destruction or things like that. So anyways, that's my rant over. Thank you for listening. Appreciate it. I'll get off my soapbox now. Let me catch up on some of these things here. You guys say, okay, cool. Did I know the same thing kind of happened with Dennis the Menace? The person made a comic about the same. Oh, wow. No, I didn't. Do they have gun fever? Does who have gun fever? Do I have gun fever? I always have a gun fever. Oh, do my kids have gun fever? I get it. My son might. I don't know my daughter. My daughter's laying in bed, so my son wants to go out and look at Christmas lights. So we'll see how he's feeling here in a little bit. So let's see. I meant same time, not same day. Who's this dude? Right? I know. Here I am. I haven't done a live stream in like 3 or 4 weeks. You know, and now I come back in rare form tonight. Rare form. So watch out. Yeah, and anyways, there's been kind of a lot of stuff in the back. Again, I'm hoping January 8th or thereafter, you know, we'll have some pretty big announcements kind of coming out, or I will, and we'll talk more about that then. But now, back to the thumbnail. So, guys, I printed let me see if I have the video in the time lapse, and I'll talk over that, and then I'll kind of come back to this view here. Look at this. So here's the time lapse. I was gonna make a sweet cool video like I normally do with my time lapses, and then like show the final product on like a spinny lazy Susan, and you know, some sweet like PSR like firing and some cool things. But one, this is awesome. Love the Bambu Labs. Love the camera there, the definition, the time lapse. You know, before on my Ender and on my Prusa, I had like a janky camera setup going through a Raspberry Pi through Octoprint. Love it. This is super easy, all just through one app. Anyways, by the way, oh shoot, I'm coming in super hot on the mic. Why didn't you tell me to be quiet? By the way, my printer's name, as you can see, he has grown eyes. We have now named him William Wallace. And why? You'll have to join Discord because of freedom. So that is William Wallace, and he did print some freedom there. But let's get back to this view here, and I'll kind of show you what's going on. So this is my FNS frame. Oh, it's green. I chose a heck of a color with a green screen in the background. Anyways, it is OD green. It's Polymint or Polymakers PLA Pro, the OD green color. And I also used, they have a gold and a silver now, a sparkly gold and a sparkly silver in PLA Pro. So that's what I used here. I grabbed it's the TMS or TNS frame. So I grabbed that, threw it in Fusion 360. The theme I was going for was crosses and clovers. So essentially I was taking like um, the Holy Trinity. So the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I wanted to kind of run with that and also relate that back to my Irish heritage. So on here, I do have 3 crosses, represents the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In the front corner there, I did put the Trinity knot, which also represents the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, with clovers with the gold outline on the front strap. I have clovers on the back strap along with the Trinity knots. And then I have Psalms 144:1 inscribed right there. It said, "Blessed be the Lord, my rock, who trains my hands for war, my fingers for battle." I have that inscribed in gold on here. So I was stoked. I was like, sweet, I'm going to put this in my smart gun cabinet. I'm going to show it off. Like, this is going to be great. Went on Gunbroker, ordered my parts kit. That came in, sat out here for like 45 minutes. I was like, man, guys, this is, I was trying to, slap the parts kits together. And the README for this particular frame, the pictures in it are crap. So I was like, okay. Then I saw in the README there was a link. Oh, click this video to assemble the firing control group. So I clicked to watch this video. Come to find out, the parts kit that I bought off Gunbroker was missing like 2 pieces. It was missing 1 sear pin. It had a different sear pin, but it was missing a sear pin, and then it was also missing, I think, a sear. So nonetheless, went over to JSD. He hooked it up. I got 2 parts kits for FNSs. So slapped that parts kit in here. It works. It worked fabulous, except for when I was going to put this together. I was reading the README and stuff. Everything went together great. JSD, the fire control group, or the trigger group, I forgot the exact name of it, but whatever it is, it came kind of assembled, so I didn't have to do a whole lot, which was fantastic. Anyways, the README for this, I started dropping things in, and it said like, oh, hey, don't put in the front locking block pin just yet, like you want to function test everything. So I did that. Everything worked great. And then it said, okay, well, you could use a roofing nail to make the hole a little bit bigger, and then just pound that pin in there. Just pound it in there as hard as you can. And I was like, okay, well, who has a roofing nail? Do I look like I'm a freaking roofer? No, I'm not a roofer. I have a screw, and I have some drill bits that I could, and it specifically said, don't use a drill bit to ream out the hole. And I was like, okay, well, screw it. I'm just going to pound it out then. So I got the pin, and I just started pounding it out. I was like, okay, this is a little, and then all of a sudden, man, I was so heated. I noticed that the part of the frame right here literally went like this. It was all bloop. And then there was a hairline crack in there. And so I looked closer at it, and then this whole thing came off. And then furthermore, you can see along that specific layer line right there, it just kind of goes all the way back. So this was a 22-hour print, which some of you guys are like, oh, 22 hours, that's normal time. Maybe that's a little extra time on other printers like Creality, like Enders or Prusas. Maybe that's normal, like 19 to 20 hours is okay. And here I had to do filament swaps. Literally every layer of this had to do multiple filament changes, not just one, but multiple, because you have silver and gold going back and forth on top of the support filament, which the support filament was actually pretty good. Excuse me. And so 22 hours for this. Normally these should only take, like, I have a picture of one, and shoot, is it on this view here? Oh yeah. So boom. So normally something like this, just a single frame like this, that's a PY2A frame, G45, I think. Anyways, 5 hours. 5 hours is how much a frame should take us on the Bambu Lab printer. So from 5 hours to 22 hours, literally 4 and a quarter times the amount of time to print this than it should have. So anyways, I still don't know if I want to reprint this, just to show off, or like, I mean, I could display it on one side, but I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might just chalk it up to a loss and put the file up on Colts and make it available. So if anybody else wants to try to print it, they can have a cool FNS frame that has a Clovers and Crosses theme. But I don't think I'm going to spend another 22 hours and heck of filament. Dude, so much filament. There was almost, I think it actually purged probably more filament than it did using this on the actual frame itself. So, anyways, that's my FNS for you guys. That's the story behind that guy. And let me catch up on some of these comments really quick because I went on another rampage there. So where are we at here? Yeah, Stabby McStabwood, yes, you are going to be on a list for being here. We're all on a list. It's just another list. There's probably a list for the list that we're on. And oh, welcome, Stabby. Welcome. Good to have you here, bud. Also the forum is kind of still going under some maintenance. If you were to log in now, you would see it looks completely different than what it used to. I don't have a ton of time to throw at it, but I'm still trying to get to that and spruce that up a little bit here. Hopefully after the first of the year, I'll be able to get that up and going and running. So let's see, I'm probably on the list. My oldest ran off a few mags tonight through the new Pew Pew. Nice. How did that go? How did the new Pew Pew go? Good. I hope it did. Pat Michelle, thanks. Cool speed print. Appreciate that. And let's see, the other time lapse option looks way cooler. Yeah, I think I might do that. I think I might switch over. I think this is considered the traditional time lapse, or the one that we just saw where it moves back and forth. I didn't really like that, but I didn't want to add the time of it having to move over for every layer on top of all of the other filament changes it was doing. I guess in the grand scheme of things, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal, and its movements are so fast anyways. I guess it wouldn't have been a big deal, but I will probably switch over to that view a little later just so it's stationary. I like that a lot better. That's how I used to do time lapses, was it'd be just stationary, dead center over it, and it would just go like straight up. So I do like that one better as well. So let's see, I bet you could have done most of that in the bamboo slicer. I did. Most of it. Oh, you're saying added most of the stuff on here. I haven't tried really using the bamboo slicer as like an additive or like a remixing tool for this. Because I know Fusion, I'm just really comfortable in Fusion, and that's what I did. But yeah, I probably could have imported, I'm not sure if they do PNGs or what file you would have to import them as. I'm assuming a PNG would work because it has no background. But yeah, I'm impressed about that too, because I don't know many other slicers that do that. As I'm pointing, I don't know many other slicers that do that. Let's see. I did paint it. Painting it took forever. Like, you think like so bamboo slicer. You think that painting it is going to be super simple, but it's not, because like you have to like I don't know. It's fun. But like this probably took me a solid hour almost to paint all of this, just because of yeah, it just took a long time. No, I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm still jaded about this. I don't know if you can tell a little bit or not, but and yeah, it did break, so I'm very upset about that. I didn't even get to shoot it, but good news, I do have a couple rolls of filament coming of carbon fiber nylon. I haven't printed that yet on the bamboo, so I'm really excited to try that out. I'm gonna actually, the first print I do out of carbon fiber nylon will be the FNS 40, so that way hopefully we can redeem this a little bit. There won't be any cool designs or anything on it. It'll be just the normal blank frame, but I do want to see how carbon fiber nylon prints. And I also got the special like support material for carbon fiber. They had that in finally, so I got that, and I'm curious to try that because I really like the water soluble supports that I'm using with the PLA Pro. That stuff is awesome. I don't even have to stick it in the water to dissolve. It literally just like breaks off. It just peels right off. So anyways, some weld on, yeah, put it back together, melt the PA back together. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, Savvy. I might try that. I don't know though. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I'm curious to see a pic of that and how it comes out, and I'm also curious to know if after doing that, if you've shot one and how it functions and performs. So Um, anyways, after my rant, I was supposed to play a video, and how's it happening? I'm actually going to use your video probably on the next time I stream. He sent me a video of him training, so I do want to share that. I just haven't had time today. I didn't have time since I saw it earlier to put it together and put it on here. So I apologize. Thank you for sending that to me. We'll get it on next time though. Here is a video that was already prepped though. It's a couple minutes long, but I was supposed to play it after my rant, but I was in a rare form. And anyways,
thousands of years, humanity lived in peace, without any murders or violence at all. And then, firearms were invented by notorious business partners Bill Weapon and Cornelius Gunn. Personkind was instantly plunged into a horrifying hellscape of death and destruction.
Personkind.
And it's all thanks to guns. Here are some facts about these deadly weapons of mass destruction that you might not know. This is a deadly scoped semi-auto revolver with an extended mag clip. A gun just like this one was used to kill Abraham Lincoln. If guns hadn't been invented, Lincoln would still be alive today. This is a 9mm handgun, though I measured it and it's actually much bigger than that. This is one of the most powerful fully semi-automatic clip-loading assault firearms on the planet. Let's take this to the range and see what it does to a human being.
The 9mm bullet blows the lung out of the body.
As you can see, his lung was blown right out of his body. And he's a dummy. He didn't even have lung. Terrifying. This is the most fearsome weapon of all, the AR-15, which stands for Assault Rifle with a power level of 15. It's so heavy you can barely lift it. Help me! Help me! Help me! As heavy as 10 boxes that you might be moving.
It is as heavy as 10 boxes that you might be moving.
This is the shoulder thing that goes up. Scary. This is the trigger which decides whom to murder without any human input whatsoever. This is the antenna which receives orders from Nazi Germany. This is a rail which can be used for all sorts of deadly attachments, from a chainsaw bayonet and a Bible attachment to a MAGA hat launcher. This is the .50 caliber round commonly used in AR-15s. Let's go ahead and load it in through the 30 clip magazine.
30 magazine clip.
Now this gun is ready to blow the head right off of a target, decapitating them instantly. Let's see this weapon of war in action. Trigger warning, this is really scary. These WMDs are just horrible. But one thing that these facts can't tell you about is the human cost. Firing these guns, even for this brief demonstration, has given me a severe case of post-traumatic stress disorder, from which I may never recover. The deafening roar of a .22 mm echoes in my nightmares. I can't watch a Matthew McConaughey movie where he pulls a gun out without collapsing into a puddle on the floor. I'm constantly fearful that Alec Baldwin may be in the room with me at any moment, ready to shoot me. Friends don't let friends buy magic white man fire sticks. They are weapons of war, but also they are useless against tyrannical rulers anyway. So give up your guns to the government so they can supply them to Ukraine or the Taliban.
Freaking Mike. Had to happen one time, right? Anyways, so the one before this was the Scarab. Thanks, guys. I know. Wah, 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 wah. The one before this was the Scarab. That's sailing the odd seas. This here is a 19X or a 19. I will provide a lift read. How did you know I was going to offer that? I was definitely going to offer that. But no, this is sweet though. Look at how this like morphs into the frame. Anyways, yeah. So this is on DefCAD. I wouldn't go through DefCAD. I found it on DefCAD. I've never gone through DefCAD. They ask for way too much information on you to be a part of this. So I'm sure someone else has a copy of this or has remixed it or will be doing it. But this is just some cool motivation. I think you guys can hear me now, right? I think it's working. Let me check my audio now. Yeah, it works. I know, you guys and your emojis. Brian, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Just about time to win some filament here. Okay, cool. So we got this out of the way. I think I got a couple other things. So we already saw this here. Oh, so another cool thing that's coming out is a 1911. There might even be a 1911 style frame. Booligan, I want to say, did a Glock remix to a 1911. Anyways, Freeman is coming out with this here, where it will actually use like legit 1911 parts. So keep an eye out for that. That should be sailing the seas pretty soon. Nonetheless, he's working on it. Yeah, did I say something? No, I didn't. But yeah, that dragon skin does look pretty sweet. I want to learn how to do that. That'll be my next thing. Dude, you could do all sorts of skins. Like you could do like a tiger pattern, like all sorts of patterns, any type of reptilians, those types of things. Let's do a giveaway. Then I got a joke for you, and then I've been streaming for way too long, so we're gonna call it a night. Let's go to our main thing here, and let's do what do you guys want to do? What do you want to do for this? Hashtag 2023. Hashtag 2023, and we'll get you in to win this. We're going to spin the wheel here in just a couple minutes. Let's see. It is 6:35 on my end, so at 6:37, we will do the wheel spin. So hashtag 2023. I wonder if I could do this. Hashtag 2023. Ooh, watch this. Editing on the fly. Boom. Editing on the fly. Hashtag 2023. Foreskin. Yep. Yes, you could. Hashtag foreskin. Hashtag 2023, though. Right here. Right here. Right there. Hashtag 2023. And that is how you're going to win this. So again, 6:38. I said 6:37, but no one is hashtagging, so I don't think anyone wants regular PLA. But that is what we're giving away tonight if you want it. And let's get over here. We'll bring this guy up here. Wheel of names. Let's see. All right, you guys got about 2 minutes to hashtag that up, or you can just tell me that you don't want it in the comments, and we'll just move on. It's up to you. Won't hurt my feelings. It'll save me a little bit of time. Man, my computer really hates me. It is just freezing up a storm. All right, well, 6:37. I don't think anybody wants the filament, so let's just go ahead to this cool joke. I will save that filament for another day. I do got a funny joke for you guys, and you may have seen this as well. Oh, by the way, that last video that... Man, this freezing sucks. There we go. I'm trying to watch the stream as well at the same time just to make sure I can stop when I freeze. Anyways, that last video that was hecka choppy was from the Babylon Bee. So if you wanted to watch it without being super choppy, you can go over and watch them over there. So, but hey, here's a funny joke.
So, this one's kind of a question, kind of not. So, why do you think that the Democrats' mascot is a donkey?
You know what another word for a donkey is, young man? It's a jackass.
Yep.
And these people are acting like jackasses. They're wilding out.
I don't understand why they had picked that kind of mascot, because it's like, who does that?
Well, my computer hates me right now.
Thousands
so
of years.
I think
Humanity.
I think it's telling me, hey, I need to reset myself and get off. So anyways, hey, I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Have a safe and happy new year. Again, stay tuned for the big announcement coming middle of January. It's going to be awesome. And maybe the next time you see me, we might have a new name. We may or may not be 2A still. So anyways, Stabby, no, I wasn't talking to you. Sorry, bud. So anyways, have a good night, guys. Again, appreciate you for tuning in, and have a safe and happy New Year.